Hi, this is Dr. Cox. I wanted to make this presentation for you to give you a better example of exactly what it is we're going to be doing this term, what it is you need to be doing, and when you need to be doing it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through the actual Blackboard presentation itself so that you can see exactly where everything is at and what you need to do and what you don't need to do. For most of you at this point, this is going to be old hat to you, so bear with me while I go through. There's some information that you do not know because every course is different, but for the most part, if you've had Blackboard before, the navigation is fairly simple. So the first thing we do, come over to your left-hand side. If you have any problems with Blackboard or any portion of it that isn't related to me directly, then click on Help Desk. They're very good about helping you. They'll walk you through on the screen and tell you exactly what it is you need to do or what the problem is so that it can be resolved. If you say you tried to upload a paper and the paper wouldn't upload, you couldn't get it to go up to Blackboard, don't contact me. Contact Help Desk, and they'll walk you right through it, and that way you don't have to wait for the time for me to get back to you, because I know sometimes if you put it in at one time, it may be several hours before I'm able to talk back to you and let you know what's going on. If you click here, all this does is take care of all of this. This is your actual home page when you click H. Announcements, there should be an announcement there. Once the class actually starts, there's one ready to go. It will automatically click up. You're supposed to sign in to Blackboard a minimum of 3 times a week. One of the first things you need to do is go to the announcement section and see what the new announcements are, because I'm giving you new information all the time. I'm uploading material to you. Anything I can do during the course that I think will make it easier for you so that you can be successful in the course, I'm going to get it to you as quickly as I can. The second section here seems a little self-serving. It's called Meet Your Instructor. Well, more than Meet Your Instructor, I've added some other material there. So go ahead and click on it. It comes up, and there's more material about the course actually than there is about me. You go down through here, it tells you about the course. It also tells you the days that we'll be meeting on Kaiser Live. Kaiser Live, as most of you know, is the live session we do via video camera online. It's going to be every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Why is that important? You don't want to see me and talk to me if you don't have to. Okay, I understand that. But if you actually go to the Kaiser Live every Wednesday, one of the things that I'm going to be talking about is the questions this week, the material this week that you really need to know going into the midterm, and then the material you really need to know going into the final exam. You would be silly not to pay attention to that and take advantage of that, because that will boost your grade significantly. I know most people work or they have something else going on. I'd like you to attend the Kaiser Live. It will help your grade. It gives us a chance to interact. If for some reason you can't make it to Kaiser Live for 1 week or something like that, I understand that. Come back at least 2 hours after I actually held the session, and the session is recorded so that you can watch it anytime during the week. It also means, even if you do attend it, and you decide it's time to take your midterm, it's time to take your final exam, go back and look through the Kaiser Live first and make sure you're familiar with all the material that is on there. You continue to scroll down. There's a welcome message here for me. Just basically tells you, hi, this is what the course is about. This is what I expect from you. Here's how you're going to be able to make an A, and here's some problems that you may run into. There is a brief section about my biography of who I am and what I'm doing and all that. If you're interested in that, read it. If you're not, then skip it and go on down to the rest of it. This is the textbook we will be using. And then I give you some general guidelines of what you need to be doing in order to be successful in the class. Actually being online 3 times a week, responding at the appropriate time to the discussions and to the written assignments, all of those kind of things. And then the big thing, which I've also sent you in an email, everyone in class, is where do you start with all this? It says print the syllabus. You can do that. But I've also sent you a copy of the syllabus to your Kaiser email address. Kaiser email address is the only way that we will communicate in class other than Kaiser Live. If it's through Kaiser email, then that way it pertains directly to the course. You have proof that you told me, hey, I can't access this, and I need extra time or whatever it is. And it's a way of verifying that we are actually making contact with each other. Go ahead and don't be afraid. Explore the website totally. Do the pretest as soon as you can during week 1. The pretest does not count against you. There are no points for it at all. So just go through it and answer the questions, and then you're done with it. Certification, all you do is you click on it. I'll walk you through each one of these. Certifications, all you do is you click on it and it says, you're going to be online, you're going to follow the rules, you're not going to cheat, everything's fine. Then you have to post your introduction. Introduction is real simple. Hi, my name's John Doe. My major is nursing. I don't really want to be in this class, but I know there's some stuff that I could possibly get out of it. I live here. This is what my family's about. Just anything you want people to know about you. If you're a very private person, then just post the minimal stuff. This is who I am. This is what my major is. Hello, everybody. Have a nice day. There's also a presentation on plagiarism. If you have any questions about plagiarism, please let me know. I'd rather you ask me a question anytime than to get stuck with a plagiarized paper or something like that. That's the entire section of the very first thing that you really need to be going over. Student resources are just that. Mine doesn't come up because of it's a different setup totally. Yours will or will not have information in it. Program resources, same thing. You may find material there when you scroll down through it. Most of these two are primarily empty because you don't really need them right now. The discussion you can click on, you really don't need to do that. There's an easier way to doing it. Kaiser Live is what you're going to click on when we go to the live session on Wednesdays. So you would, let's say it were Wednesday night, this is what you do. You would click on it. All you do is click Join Room, and then you follow the information that walks you right through it. During Kaiser Live, you can text back and forth to me, or you can hook up your audio port and you can talk to me via your computer live, either one. The important part that you need to look at is where it says Start Here. This whole section is the important section. This is where you do your introductions. You click on it, it takes you right to the introduction page. You go to the forum, hit Create Thread, and then you say, hi, my name's Joe Bob, this is what I do. Let's go back to the beginning and start here. There's a section here where you can communicate back and forth with each other, or you can email each other directly, or you don't have to at all. It gives you information about the PowerPoints, the essay that you have to do each week that is in addition to the discussions you're going to be doing. This is real important. It gives you information about how to format via APA. I'm also going to be covering this in really good detail on the first Kaiser Live session. You're not doing an actual research paper in this course, so that takes away a lot of the APA issues. The things you have to worry about the most are citations and references. They must be in APA format. If you have any questions, let me know. The other thing is week 1, I'm going to send you out a sample paper that will walk you through all of that. But anyway, that's a good resource right there. Every week there's a section called Ask Questions. If you have a question that you're having a problem with, then probably somebody else is having that problem too. Go ahead and post the question there. If the question is more personal, then email me. Don't post it here. I don't want, anything that's personal about you to be out to everyone else there. There's a little section here about web links, information about how to do your discussion, how to do the reply. And then this is real important. It's amazing because there's a lot of people that will not use this. The Kaiser Online Writing Laboratory. Let's say English is not your primary language. English is something that you learn later in life. And you're still dealing with grammar issues. Or you're just not familiar with writing papers at all. You can write your paper. You can write your discussion. You can write your weekly essay. You can go through Kaiser Live and they will help straighten it out for you, put the proper stuff in the proper formatting so you get your APA done and all that, so you can get full credit. People look at the discussions and they say, oh, it's only 17% or 18% and divided over 4 weeks, I can miss this, I can miss that. Those points add up and the next thing you know, you're down to a B. And then the next thing you know, you're down to a C. My goal in this class is for everyone in the class to make an A. That's what I want to happen. So we go back to Start Here. I guess we were at Start Here, sorry. Let's go to week 1. So this is the first thing you have to do this week. At the beginning, it lays out all this material. I know some of this stuff seems kind of difficult to follow. I'm trying to straighten it up. I did not write all this. I'm in the process of trying to straighten it up. It basically says the exact same thing I told you before. It tells you the chapters that you're supposed to be reading this week. They correspond with the PowerPoints that I sent you for week 1. Week 1, I send you a copy of the PowerPoint handout. It's available online. After week 1, I won't send them to you anymore. You'll be able to download them yourself. The pre-test is there. Do it. Don't worry about it. The grade doesn't count. Certification is there. It takes you 5 seconds. PowerPoints I've already sent you, but you can see them live here. And then your discussion is right here. Every week, you're going to have a discussion. So what you'll do is you click on the discussion. This is the same information every single week. The stuff that is in red is really important. You have to do 3 posts to the discussion. It can be the initial post can be at any time during the week, but it must be done before Thursday at midnight. You have 2 additional posts that are to your peers in class. You must post those on separate days. So what that means is you must physically log in and post on 3 separate days as a minimum. Take that only as a minimum. If you post 2 of them on Friday, then you're going to lose points because you were due to have one on Thursday. So make sure you follow everything that's in red. It lists what the minimum word count is for each one. At the bottom of your post, put in parentheses, capital letter WC equal, and then how many words you have in it. Microsoft Word, all you do is you highlight the entire entry. You click on Tools, you go to Word Count, and it tells you what your word count is. I would really suggest to you that you write your discussion or you write your essay in Microsoft Word before you cut and paste it over to the discussion. If you're writing your discussion and then something happens to the computer or something happens to Blackboard and it goes away, you've got to start all over again. It's not saved anywhere. So you got to have your word count, otherwise you lose 5 points. The first discussion post that you do every single time should be addressed to Dr. Cox. If you don't address it to the proper person, each one of your posts, then you lose points on that. Your second post is directed to whoever it is you're responding to. So Jenny, Bob, George, whoever that is. Your third one as well. That's a real simple way of making sure you keep posts. When you do your discussion post, like when the screen you saw there before, you have to create a thread. If for some reason you create a thread and you post something and you don't like it, don't go back and create another thread. That's going to hurt your grade. You should only have 1 thread with 3 posts in that thread every week. If you want to have more than 3 posts, that's fine, but you got to have a minimum of 3 posts. It also shows you as you scroll down exactly what it is you need to do in order to get a good grade in the discussion. This is exactly what I'm basing my evaluation of your discussion responses to. Then when you come all the way down to the bottom, this tells you right here what this discussion for week 1 is supposed to be about. Follow the instructions. People frequently get into trouble with their grades because they don't just follow the very simple instructions that are written. Or they'll look at this one, it says part 1, part 2, and they'll do part 1, but they won't do part 2. Or there'll be 2 questions in part 1, and they'll answer one of them, but not both. Read the instructions every single week and make sure you do it exactly the way it's requested to be done. Okay, let's go back. That was and the discussion requirement is identical every 4 weeks. It's just a different topic. So you go down, this is your discussion, and then every week you also have another writing assignment. So this week is called My Life Plan Assignment. It says exactly what you have to do, how you're going to break it down, what the process is, how you're going to get there one way or the other. This is exactly right here. This box is telling you exactly what you're going to do or how I'm going to grade it. If you follow the instructions on page 14 and 15, then you should have no problem at all, because this is exactly what I'm going to put in the grading section when I send it back to you. So adequately covers the assignment. The writing is within the required minimal count. If your minimal count isn't correct, then you run into problems. Let me make sure they do have the minimal count listed here. Yes, there we go, 300 words. So you post 250 words, you've lost points. You're not going to lose 40 points for that, but you will lose some credit for it. So again, follow the instructions. Every week you'll have one of these. The exception is week 3, and I'll get to that in a minute. So you got your life plan assignment, you've got a weekly summary. This is a good way to make sure that you have covered everything you're supposed to cover for your grade for the week. The midterm review, because this is week 1. Next week, your midterm is already available. You only got 4 weeks. If you have any questions, again, here's the Ask Questions. But now you've got a different assignment for week 3. It's your final project. We start listing it in week 1 so that you can get started right away. If you do not wait to do your final assignment to week 3, because it will take you a lot of time. So let's click on it and see what it says. It's going to be a final project presentation on Kohlberg's theory of moral development. Click on it again. First thing it tells you is this is due Sunday of week 3. It is not a week 4 project. You have to do it on week 3. You have to do a PowerPoint presentation, Microsoft PowerPoint. No other format is allowed. So it has to be PowerPoint, has to be at least 15 slides. That can include your references and all that as well. And then it goes through and it tells you exactly what you have to do. You're going to be graded on all 5 of these, so make sure you do all 5 of them. When I grade it, this is exactly the rubric I'm going to use, and I'm going to send back to you that will tell you exactly how you did one way or the other. Because it's a PowerPoint, do not post microscopic letters trying to get everything on one page. You're not just copying the book. A PowerPoint is designed for you to read from it as a memory jogger, so that you're doing the talking, but the PowerPoint is just something to keep people's attention and help to jog your memory as you go along. So it's bullet points. Typically, more than 3 bullet points on a single slide is too much. It's going to make your lettering too small. So spread it out. Make sure that it's available. Remember as well that you have to be able to do your citations and references in APA style at the same time. Again, use the Kaiser Online Writing Library. Online Writing Lab, excuse me. When you go to the separate weeks now, like when you go to week 2, it's going to be the exact same thing. Information on what the objectives are for the week, what the writing assignments are, what it is you need to be done, the PowerPoints for the chapter, the discussion, which is going to be the same kind of thing as the other discussions. You have to have your 3 submissions during the week. Constructing an argument assignment, that's a written assignment that you have to do. Every week you have a written assignment in addition to the discussion assignment. Weekly summary. Some weeks have a movie moment. What that is you can click on there and it will give you little movie clips that illustrate points that we talk about in the book. Not mandatory that you go there, but it helps you to understand it a little bit easier. Midterm exam review. That goes over the material that is going to be covered in week 2, but by the time that this actually pops up for you in week 2, this will be available, and that's the week term midterm. The week 2 midterm will be available as of Wednesday at midnight. So that means all day Thursday, all day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and then it stops Sunday at midnight. The only way you can miss that is if you have a verifiable emergency. That means a note from a doctor, something that we can verify that it actually happened. So don't count on doing that late at all. Week 3, same format. I'm sure you're familiar with it by now. The only difference is instead of having this separate secondary writing assignment, your final project is due, and it's due no later than Sunday of that week. You start with the final exam review as well. When you get to week 4, which is right around the corner, same process. You've got your discussion, you have a written assignment, and you have your final exam review and your final exam. And remember, we're going to go through week by week for the midterm review and the final exam review in Kaiser Live. Once we've gone through all those, the course will be done and your grade will be posted. You have your grade book here. You can look it up anytime you want. If you have any questions about anything, please let me know. Anytime I grade anything for you, there will be comments left for you. So when you go back and you don't just look at the grade in total, but click on the assignment, look at the actual grade and what the comments were about the grade. The idea is to help you to do better each time. Like I say, my goal is to make sure you get the material that you need. Hopefully everyone in class will make an A. That would be fine by me. I have no problem with that at all. And if you have any questions at all, if you have any problems, you have any issues, please let me know as soon as possible. That's what I'm here for. Email me, let me know, put the question online, or talk to me in Kaiser Live. Anything I can do to help you, I will be happy to do so. Good luck to everybody.